we're gonna work on how to open the close guard. Very basic, okay? Sometimes you get stuck in the close guard, and then you keep your head low like this, right? Or you put your hands on the floor. That's not good, okay? You cannot touch your hands on the floor at all. You know, otherwise, it's gonna either get your arm right here, or it's gonna get the wizard or omoplata, triangles. So always your hands needs to be on the chest of your opponent. Always. Chest, shoulder, bicep, okay? But never on the floor, never, okay? So there's a very effective way to open the guard, okay? Sometimes people, they try to like close the collar, grab the hand right here, and then they stand up, right? Of course, they stand up this leg first, so you cannot underhook your leg. Then you come up like this, but you have one arm free, so you underhook your leg. And then sometimes you succeed on putting you back on the floor, right? Or by the time you're trying to open the guard, you lose your balance, right? So a really good way to open is controlling both collars, thumb inside, okay? And then you're gonna put your knuckles right under his armpit right here, okay? Very simple. Now I'm gonna stand up, right? And I'm not gonna be worried about putting my knee, okay, between his legs. I wanna put my knees right under his butt, okay? From here, I'm gonna stand up, and then I put my knees here, under his butt, okay? Sometimes I see people trying to put the knee between the legs, right? And sometimes you can't get there, right? Because your opponent is squeezing the legs, he's bringing the knees to the chest, right? So when I want to do it down here, I want to arch his back, right? So by putting my knee under his butt, it's gonna force him to do the back like arch like this, okay? And right here. So I got on this position here. So notice that my feet are aligned with my knees, okay? I cannot be with my feet like this, okay? You see that my knees are forward and my feet are behind my knees, so that's not good. So always put your feet like right under your knees. So now when you're here, you're gonna start sitting on an invisible bench, right? You sit right here. Try to do a sit-up though. You're gonna try to do a sit-up, it's really hard for him, okay? So now I'm gonna grab his pants, then I just push down. Once I push down, I step one leg back and start forcing one leg out. Of course, right here he's gonna try to play De La Riva. Most of the time they're gonna try to get the De La Riva, okay? It's very important, as you push the leg down, you put your elbow inside just to avoid omoplata, okay? So if you keep like this, sometimes you can get a nice omoplata here. Put your elbow inside. Now what you're gonna do, you're gonna sprawl like this, like in a plank position, like a push-up position. Once I get here, my hand is gonna stay close to my hand right here, just to avoid my opponent from getting the lasso here. Try to get the lasso. Try to get the lasso. I stay here. So if I stay like this, you're gonna get the lasso, or it's gonna push me here. Okay. So I need to keep my hand low here. And right before his knee touches the floor, I'm gonna bring his leg this way. Right before he touches the knee on the floor, I'm gonna turn in like this, using my elbow and sweeping with my hand right in the front of his knee. And then I'll reach for the leg grab, okay? So I need to close the space between my hips and his hips. We always talk about this here, right? You guys are already familiar with that. So I cannot go for this type of pass. This is like a modified Toriano pass, right? You're not passing like this. It's like a little bit different. When you go for the pass, you don't want to be far from his leg. Otherwise, he's going to turtle. He's going to recover the guard, right? It's going to be easy for him to maintain between his legs. So as you pass, you immediately put your hip flexor against his leg and you reach the leg drag. So when you get the leg drag here, tripod position. Put your head right side of his head. Otherwise, he's gonna sit up. If you keep your weight on your hip right here, he's gonna sit up. And then he's gonna feel really comfortable. He's gonna start escaping it. So once I kill the hip, I need to put my weight on him, so it's hard for him to sit up. Then I'll press his up. Okay, control. Again. I believe this is the most effective way to open the guard, okay? The closed guard. But sometimes when you try to open with your knees on the floor like this, he's gonna open your elbows, grab your head, and you stay here. You know, you waste like too much energy here, okay? And also, like, let's say if you're trying to posture right here and your opponent pull you and break your posture, break my posture, no. I cannot put my hands on the floor like this because that's what he wants, right? Once I touch my hands on the floor, I'll give you opportunities to attack my arm. So let's say he's breaking my posture here. I need to put my hands on him, okay? Do your best to keep your hands on him. Chest or bicep, okay? Never cross your arms. Don't try to grab the collar like this because it'll give you a perfect angle to get the armbar, okay? Also, keep his hip to your knees, all right? So every time he goes and hop over one of my knees like this is not good for me. Right away, I need to walk to keep him between my inner thighs. His hips always between my legs. Also my elbow, okay? So if my elbows get inside, I'm in a bad spot as well. I cannot put my elbow on his belly button at all, okay? If my elbow is here, it's gonna go to the armbar, look, easy. But when my elbow is outside, now it's harder for you to get the armbar. He needs the angle. So I always need to cut the angle when I'm inside a closed guard. Let's say Dom is gonna, look, the same roll that I have with my knees, I have with my elbows. My elbows are my knees for my arms, okay? So I keep my elbows and knees always outside of his hip, right? So if I put my elbows outside, but then I let Dom put the hip over my knee, I'm in a bad spot. Even my elbow is outside here. Because now he can push my arm and go triangle here. He got the angle to get a triangle, see that? Now, if I keep him between my legs, try to get a triangle now. It's harder for him. He needs angle, okay? So make sure you control the collar, knuckles against his armpit, okay? And now you're gonna stand up by pushing the armpit, okay? Push the armpit, stand up. Try to break my posture down. So I'm here, okay? Now I walk with my feet closer. Once I feel my feet is on the same line of my knees, I'll sit on the invisible chair, okay? He can move here, he can do whatever here, try to move. I'm in a very safe spot. Maybe he's gonna start grabbing your pants because he knows he's about to open the guard. He's gonna open the guard, and what's gonna do is gonna start playing guard like this, okay? And if he grabs your leg right here, now I cannot do the Toriano pass as we did before, okay? In this case, you need to do something else. We're gonna learn next. But just for the drill, he's not gonna control me, okay? Knuckles, stand up, put my knees between his, right in the, under his butt, sit, and now I push his pants. I grab his pants, let go the armpit, push the pants. Once I feel his legs open, elbow inside, push the knee, push up position. Two ways I can pass. I can pass outside of his leg, okay? Or I can pass as a windshield wiper, like this, and get the leg drag, okay? So if I'm fighting someone with long legs like Dom, sometimes like going outside of his leg is too much for me. So I simply put my shin over his calf, and then I go for a windshield wiper. Once I hop over, I get the leg drag, tripod position, control, underhook his arms, establish the side control. Okay? Step one, break my posture down. Let's stay here. Lucas Barbosa is actually really good on this. With good posture here. Stand up, sit. See, you gotta be quick. You cannot go here and then go like slow, okay? So make sure you move your feet, align with your knees super fast. And then sit. See? Try to sit up, no. See? Now. Right. Leg drag, okay? Windshield wiper or leg drag. Any question? Yes?
Sometimes when I try to attempt that, they like really strong cross collar grip on me. It's like hard to break it. Like you break it and then I try to go back down and they grab it again and like back and forth.
Yeah. So you say like, he's grabbing your collar, like this, right? And then you're trying to do the position, but you can't because he already grabbed your collar, right? One thing you can do here is breaking the grip. You say you succeed on breaking the grip, but then he re-grab, right? So you break the grip, and then you know this is his strong hand. I grab his bicep. Okay, and if you go under my arm, make sure to close my elbow here. So that's why I like to grab the bicep here. Okay, you know in MMA they grab the bicep to like to punch the guy. So it's the same here, right? So I'm better control if I'm holding his bicep here. Okay, and if you don't grab my collar here and I can't break the grip, sometimes you can duck under like this. And then posture, you know, that works as well. Okay, but you cannot be like this here. Okay, you can rest like this, but when you do this, you can grab your belt. It's gonna be hard for you to stand up. So push, get this space. Now, when I use my hands on his armpit, it's really hard for him to reach me. Okay, now I sit. More I sit down here, like a pigeon, right here. More he feels. He squat today, right? Okay, so the grip fight is important too. Okay, that's why I like to grab the bicep and the hands on the armpit, so I feel safer. Yes, yeah.
Are you thinking about after you stand up and you're sitting in the chair? Are you cautious of letting go and wrapping his legs around your legs?
That's a good question. Yeah, that's a good question. Like when they go for the mermaid sweep, right? Yeah. I call mermaid sweep. So when I get here, right, Dom is a little frustrated because right now he's trying to use his hands and my hands are here. Look, it's hard for him to do anything here, okay? So I'm gonna stand up, and as I'm doing this, he's gonna lock the leg like here, okay? So he closes his knees together, like pinch your knees, like this, and then I feel like off balance. So I cannot try to step over. I see some people, they try to like let go of everything and they try to go like this, okay? So when I do this, I feel like I'm off balance. Dom like start crossing my arm, and then he's gonna sweep me, right? So what I like to do here, as soon as he open and he lock the legs around my knees, I put one knee on the floor immediately and open my leg as much as I can. So now I have choice to bring him to me or keep him there. I like to bring him to me, so I just bend my arm so he doesn't attack any arm bars. Okay, and then look, I start turning to the side and start going for a strong knee cut, kind of like JT Torres style. Okay? So when he close, immediately I need to drop one knee on the floor. Okay? It's gonna be impossible for me, but I cannot drop like this. Okay? I need to step out. My knee goes far from my foot. Okay? Now I can go knee cut. I like to knee cut. Or I can go windshield wipe to the other side. Like open my knee this way, start passing to this side. Okay? If that happens, that's what you're supposed to do. Okay? Don't try to keep standing. Okay?
For that mermaid sweep, when you're saying step out, are you stepping to like more to the side, or are you taking a step back?
Yeah. So when I'm here, I just like step outside, but not like to the side. You know, not like behind my foot as well, so I'm off balance here, right? So I need to be in a good, kind of like the line of my shoulder, right? So I have a good base here. So as soon as I feel he trap my leg, I do this, and I see him up, and then I go for the knee cut. See, like I change my knees, so I go one, and then sit, and then shoot. You know, so I kind of like use these a lot in the fight. Okay? Another question? All right, let's work. 1, 2, 3. If I try to keep my knee, okay, my knees aligned with my feet here, and I try to sit back, I'm gonna fall for sure, right? But if I go like this and put my knees forward, now I don't fall, right? But I have my opponent in front of me, so it's kind of like counterbalance, right? So it's a good way for you to think about it, you know, like when you go, you know, like Cirque du Soleil, like when they hold each other, like one guy is You know what I mean? Like, it's like that, you know? So you're kind of like going back, right? Your knees align with your feet, but because of his weight, you're not gonna fall back. Okay, I see some of you like doing this, but the same way you do when somebody's not in front of you, right? So if you try to go here and try to keep your knees forward and try to go like this, it's not gonna work. See, it's not gonna work here because Dom is gonna bend his knee to his chest, and then he's gonna break my posture, or he's gonna slide back like this, and then I'll lose the position, okay? So trust on the technique, okay? Take advantage that your opponent is in front of you. So you stand up, and then you sit backwards. Don't worry, you're not gonna fall, you see? That's when you open the guard, okay? You understand? So now you can play around, opening the guard. So sometimes when I stand up here, my opponent can lock the legs here. I step back, sit him up, go for a knee cut. You know, you can work the knee cut. And if, of course, when you pass, you go back, right? Park in the car, get the leg drag, like the mini leg drag. Also, you can play around with your opponent controlling your pants, right? Like I mentioned before. So if I'm here and I know he grabbed my pants, it's gonna be hard for me to sprawl and pass the way you pass right now, like Toriano pass, right? The only way for him to block my Toriano pass is grabbing my pants. So when I stand up here and he feels like his guard's about to open, he's gonna start holding your legs. So now I need to know, like, oh, one leg is free, right? He's not gonna grab both legs, right? Because if you grab both legs, it feels like he's not gonna sweep you. Just stay here. Once he grabs you here, now you can go, okay? And when you open the guard, put your elbow in and then open your toes and pass the side he's holding the pants, okay? So you put your knee right around his shin. Once your knee touches the floor, you wipe your legs. And then start passing to the other side. If sometimes this happens, let's pretend I just open. So I'm here and don't frame this leg here. So now I'm kind of like far from him, you know? I go here, grab the pants, grab the collar, and do the same roll with my leg. Putting my kneecap on the floor and wiping my leg. Now I'm ready to start passing his guard. Okay? So if there is no frame, right? So your armpit is in the front of his thigh, you're gonna pass like this. Okay? But as soon as you open, he frames, then you go here. See? See my toes? Here. And I don't go over his thigh, okay? I need to go over the calf. Here. My head position. Now I place my head right under his jaw, forcing Dom to face away from me, getting the mini leg drag, and then get the pass, okay? The complete technique. From here, I open, he grabs my pants, he frame immediately. You see my head is very important, okay? So if you don't turn his head, sometimes it bothers with this top leg. If you just go here. When you place your head here, it's super hard for you to keep facing to you, okay? You guys got it? So now, play a little bit with that, okay? You can go for Toriano if he's not grabbing your pants. But if he's grabbing your pants, you're gonna staple his leg the same side as hold your pants. Windshield wiper, going for the long step, grabbing the head, or if he frames, that happens a lot, you go for the, we call crazy dog pass. You go under, control the bottom pants near the knee, and then start passing, controlling the collar, okay? All right, let's go, 1, 2, 3. When I'm controlling the collars here, just don't extend your arms too much like this, okay, your elbows. Because every time you extend your arm like this, right, it's kind of like vertical, right? So you can go for like a really strong arm, yeah, like this, you know, so, and then you can pop your elbow, right? So you need to keep your elbows a little bit like bent like this, okay? Don't extend. So just keep relaxed like this. Because now if you try to move, I can follow him, right? I can block his hips from escaping as well here, right? I really like this grip here. If you try to get my collar, I move away. Now I start standing up right away, see? And Dom has longer arms than me, right? So also, another thing, when you stand up, I see some of you standing up with the knee outside, okay? So if you go like this, he's gonna underhook your leg, you see? And then he can grab your sleeves here. Now he can go for omoplata, he can start like really bother you here, okay? Especially if you find someone really flexible, they can go K-guard and stuff like that. Thunder guard, right? So when you stand up, your knee goes like right under the butt. You see, I'm not opening my legs like this, okay? So I mentioned that you need to keep his hips between legs, but with my knees on the floor, because it makes a lot of sense. If I close my knees, of course, I'm off balance, right? I don't have base here, so I need to keep my knees open so I have base, right? But since I stand up here, I have a good base on my knuckle here, my knuckles, and also on my feet, okay? By doing the counterweight, right? Just like that. Right, now, if you do the position, the technique precisely, you know, in a nice way, he's gonna feel like he can't move. You gotta go with your knees right under his glutes, right? And then he's gonna be like this. And you gotta sit as fast as you can. If you're going slow, also like he can kind of like follow you, right? So if I go really slow here down, like this, he's gonna follow me, like sit up like this. This is not good. See that he's gonna mount me. So keep him down and then sit like fast, right? From here I go like this. And now I find it, and right away I let go and bring my arms here, see? And then I grab his pants. Now I just push. And then I do like a black cat back. Right? And then open the guard, now I start passing the guard. Yeah, you control my pants, open the knee. And then the windshield. So you can break his pants, pant grip, okay? So now we're gonna do specific sparring, okay? We're gonna start on close guard. The goal of the person on bottom is just to break the posture, keep inside close guard. You can go for submissions, cross choke. You can go for the back if you cross the arm, start climbing the back, but everything with the guard closed. If you open the guard, it's to attack right away. You have like 3 to 5 seconds to attack something right after you open the guard. So you can open the guard to try to overhead sweep him. Or you can open the guard to go for a nice scramble like berimbolo. You know? Every time you open the guard is to attack. You're not gonna open the guard and just wait. Okay, you gotta do something, right? Open the guard to triangle, open the guard to omoplata, right? Or armbar. And the person on top, just open the guard and try to keep the guard of your opponent open for like 3 to 5 seconds without letting him do anything on you. And then if you do that, okay, you win. Now you go on bottom, he goes on top. So you're gonna work for 6 minutes like that. Okay? And standing up is gonna be easier for you to open the guard. And we're gonna start the hands on the armpit. Okay? Also, when you're grabbing here, like don't grab over his shoulder, right? Neither like on the floor. Because if you go on the floor with your knuckles on the floor, he can reach your collar, right? You see? He can reach your back, the back of your neck like this, right? You gotta go with your knuckles on the armpit, okay? Like this. You see, it's harder. Now it's easier for me to stand up. So you open. I'm here for 5 seconds. Okay, I win. Okay, so now it's his turn. Okay, I go on bottom. And I'll do my best. You start here, go. And then I do my best to try to break his posture. Open the guard. 5 seconds. Wow, so just keep doing that. Okay? Alright guys, get your partners, same partners. Let's go. We're gonna do just a round of 6 minutes. Go.